Tell me about your car. Fast, but maybe moving around on you a little?
Yeah, it's definitely loose. The car's very difficult to drive. A lot harder to drive than last year, that's for sure. But, it's very quick, and I think tomorrow with qualifying, it's going to be the longest 5 laps of my life. But the Chip Ganassi cars are really fast. I think we have a really good shot at making it to the Fast 9. That's my goal.
Holding on for those laps? How hard do you have to be gripping the steering wheel, or do you think you can work on the car a little bit overnight?
Yeah, I think, Dario's just telling me keep relaxing the car. You don't want to be really tense. I've already, pulled something in my neck because I think I'm just so tense, just really gripping at the wheel, but just trying to relax a bit. But yeah, we're going to go look at the data tonight, and it's good that we have, 4 other teammates to pick from. A couple of us ran the tire ramp, some of us ran the wedges, and, we got to get a lot of different data there. So we're going to look at it all overnight and see what the best configuration is. Come out tomorrow morning, maybe do a run, figure it out, then go qualify.
You have a particular preference for the? Do you have a particular side pod preference?
I think the tire ramps right now are quick, but they're harder to drive. So I think the key is if you can get them to work for 5 laps, they'll be good. But even the wedges, they're still really, really fast. So I think we did a run on both, and I think either of those runs were fast enough to get me at least better at qualifying than the last row last year. So,
Mr. Hunter-Reay, we just finished Fast Friday, some extra boost, lots of working in tow. Tell me your thoughts of what you learned today going into qualifying.
It was a handful. That's what I learned today. Everybody seems to be just struggling with the grip right now. For one reason or another, when we ranked up, the speeds here, when we brought them up on a hot, windy day like this, it's just overloaded everything, and we're sliding around. I'm absolutely, kudos to all the drivers up and down pit lane. I'm so surprised nobody met the wall today.
Now, when you say everybody's sliding, do you mean all cars or Hondas, or curious?
Well, the Penske's and Ganassi seem to be doing pretty good, but no, everybody's sliding around. Everybody's having a hard time today, especially in the middle of the day during the heat. Towards the end, when the sun came down and it started cooling off, people were getting a little bit more confident. And man, it wasn't very popular out there in the middle of the day. Nobody went out, and I would do a lap or two and almost put it in the wall, and I said, all right, I've had enough fun for about an hour. Let's go sit down and think about this. And that seemed to be how it was for everybody up and down pit lane. So if this weather is repeated tomorrow, it's going to be a very interesting qualifying for a couple reasons. Number one, you're going to go for outright speed. 2, the degradation. You might be able to run a little bit more downforce and get that consistency. There'll be a lot of different approaches, I think, if the weather keeps up this way.
Running the, quote, qualifying rear wing package, the single element versus the 3 elements, big difference there, either grip-wise, and going to that single element, did that seem to not make the rear tires too happy?
It's a couple different ways to slice it. You can put the outer elements on and then run a little bit less main plane, or you can take those off and hope for reduced drag and rank up, get that main plane up. But which way's better, we're not really sure right now, and it's tough to say. It was so mixed up out there today. With one lap you get a big wind gust, the next you wouldn't know what hit you. It was mixed conditions, and it was very tricky behind the wheel. 2 laps, I come in and I'm sweating. It was like so glad today's over. Looking forward to tomorrow.
So last question, would I be safe in saying maybe the run for the pole this year is a little less of a concern than getting in the show safely and worrying about race day?
Absolutely. Last year we raced from 19th. If you have a good race car, that's all that matters, and it's a 500-mile race. With the fact that there's not many cars, there might be one car bumping here, you got to watch out for that because you're never safe from that. But I think, if you liken it to golf, your qualifying is kind of at this point just like driving off the tee and working on your race cars, getting your irons and putting game sorted.